Morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Wednesday. It is September 11th, 2024. 23 years ago today, horrible tragedies took place in the United States, of course, and we remember that, and it caused the deaths of thousands of Americans and thousands of people from other countries as well. Just the incident that happened on 9/11/2001, a day, one of those days where you remember where you were when that happened. So we remember those victims and remember that situation and pray that that never happens again. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who every day are out here trying to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage, keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children that are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of child prostitution, pornography, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators, profiteers, and perverts that create demands for these things. Finally, double blessings on the homeless, more than 600,000 men, women, children, families, veterans, senior citizens, homeless in the United States of America, and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. Today, I just want to again have to go through, and it's a shame we have to do this because media is continually being stupid. And unfortunately, too many Knicks fans are picking up on it, or people that claim to be fans. Julius Randle does not need to prove anything when he comes back to the Knicks. The only thing he has to do is be 100% healthy. That's it. And that's the only real question. And that is looking good just based on he's had a couple of interviews over the course of the summer, and he looked good, and he said he felt good, and he said he was on track. Then Ian Begley reported that he may miss opening night, which doesn't mean he's going to miss any significant time. It's just opening night. You don't win the championship in October. So it's looking pretty good overall. So the thing is that Jew just has to be healthy. We are right now, he's going to be 30 this year. He's going to make almost $29 million this year in the third year of a 4-year deal that he signed with the Knicks. 4 years, $117 million. And he's got a player option next summer for $31 million. So, and it's expected that he'll be probably getting an extension of some sort. The only question is how much the extension will be. That right now we talking about $881 million, but we don't know based on what's going to happen during the course of this year. But performance-wise, it's amazing how quickly people forget in New York. And this is the thing. I mean, look, basketball is a sport. Pro basketball is professional sports, right? And so professional sports are part of the world of entertainment. It's part of the world of entertainment, okay? And so you expect, so what programs and peoples, and even this channel, what we're doing is we're selling or we're promoting some sort of entertainment. In my case, we're promoting pro basketball only for the New York Knicks. Okay, that's cool. And so with that, with sports in general comes all types of emotions, all types of excitement, disappointments, thrills, and all of that comes with the entertainment industry. And of course, there's inspiration also. But when it comes to things like questioning a player's heart or questioning his ability after he's shown his ability, all that accomplishes is negativity on the individual player and the team. That's all that accomplishes. Okay, for those of us that want the New York Knicks to try to win their third championship this year after more than 50 years, that is not only not good, it's not fair, it's not even relevant. So in terms of Julius Randle, what we forget is how he performed when OG Anunoby came to the Knicks. And from January, I just was looking at the stats. He played, Julius played 14 games with OG Anunoby. The Knicks were 12-2 in those 14 games. He averaged 25, 8, and 5 in those 14 games. 12-2. And then, of course, he did also have 4 turnovers a game, which is one of the areas we all know in New York is a Julius Randle Achilles heel is a turnovers, okay? And so that is obviously something. But even with the 4 turnovers a game, they went 12-2. And he had 25, 8, and 5. To me, I looked at the stats and I looked at those games during that 12-2 streak. And the most telling game to me that tells me he just wants to win is his worst game. The worst game he had in that streak was a game at Philly where the Knicks ended up winning the game. Okay, the Knicks won the game. Ju played 30 minutes, okay? But he was 1 of 11 from the field. He was 0 for 3 from 3. He was 6 of 6 from the line, 7 boards, 5 assists. He only had 8 points, but he was plus 13. Okay, why? Because he was getting in. As Tibbs said, you can't always count on your shot to be there, but you can help the team win in other ways. So in his case, 7 boards, all defensive boards, 6 for 6 from the line, and again, 5 assists because he was trying to help the team win. And of course, they won going away. When him scoring in a streak, which he averaged 24, 25 a game, he only got 8. Okay. And so in that streak, they win this game going away. And this is telling because it shows, number one, there's not going to be any problem with Julius Randle fitting in with OG Anunoby. That's number one. Number two, it's going to be even more hotter because of the presence of one Mikal Bridges, who is, as we have said multiple times, a plug-and-play guy. Like, it doesn't matter who you put in there with Mikal. That team's going to perform at a higher level because of the type of player he is. So Julius Randle is going to be the second option, as he's always been since Jalen Brunson have come. And that's better for him. I've always said, even when Julius Randle was just the turnover machine with empty stats, in my view, in the beginning of his career, I've always said one of the problems was that he was the number 1 option. He's not built, in my view, to be a number 1 option. But you make him a number 2 option on a championship team like this one, you see what we see, 12-2 when he's with OG. So what happens is Jalen Brunson will have the ball in his hand 90% of the time. You know, he's going to bring up the ball. He's going to set up the offense. He's going to have the ball in his hands. He's number 1 option. He's going to choose whether he tries to score, whatever they're running. He's the quarterback out there. Then there's Ju. And Ju is the second option because he commands double teams. See, as the first option, he's not as effective in my view. But if you make him the second option, which means a team cannot double him and Brunson, and you really do have to pay attention to where OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges are, because both of these guys are excellent at running off the ball. And so now you allow Julius to have the ball in his favorite spots, which is around the area where he gets to either spin into the lane from either side, either from the left or the right side, or he posts up a weaker player and it's over at that point. And don't let him. Now, last year he shot 31% from 3. That was a down year from him. But really, he's a 33% three-point shooter for his career. So he's not a great three-point shooter. He's below average in the league. But there are nights, as we know, if you've been a Knicks fan, there are nights where he is hitting everything. And that, just chalk that up. That's a win. See, when you get Juju as a second option, that means on a night he can go 1 for 11, right? And 0 for 3 from 3, right? And only score 8 points. You can still win by double digits against Philadelphia 76 at Philly. Okay? That's what happens when he's a second option. Okay? And then you're going to have nights. You're going to have nights where, like, for example, look at Memphis. Where I mean, not at Memphis. I'm looking at Houston. Okay. He's 4 of 8 from 3. or he's 3 of 7 from 3, or he's 2 of 2 from 3, or the night that he got hurt against Miami, he was 3 out of 4 from 3. When you have nights like that from him, those are nights that he's actually going to just carry you and you're going to win the basketball game. See, that's where a player like him comes in. There are guys that, and it doesn't happen every night, okay? But a Kawhi Leonard, even a Paul George, any guy that's a star, right? The reason they're considered stars is there are certain nights during the course of the grind, that's the 82 game season, that they're just going to decide, okay, we're winning tonight. And they do, because of this guy. See, he's going to come in, he's going to go 3 or 4 from 3. He's going to be unstoppable on the low block. He's going to go into the line 10 times. He's going to get double-digit rebound. And he's going to get 5 or 6, 7, 8 assists. Julius, during the course of that time, had a 10-assist game where he was plus 16. He had 9 boards. That was against Toronto. There's games where he's had, 11 rebound games. He's had 16 rebound games. He's on nights like that. And generally speaking, in this 12-2 run, he had probably 4 nights like that, which is a lot. See? So if you make him the second option, which he is, and you have Jalen Brunson first out, and then you got guys like Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and forget Mobb Deep. I mean, both Deuce and Devo are scorers, okay? When you get that and the level of defense they're going to get, this is a problem waiting to happen for the NBA, okay? So the whole thing of what he's got to prove, can he play with these guys, is it's a big BSPN, Brian Windbag, talking knuckleheads, village idiots talking point that we really shouldn't be engaging in if we're Knicks fans. Seriously. Or even stupider, the possibility of talking trade with Julius Randle. This is the year we're trying to win the chip. And telling y'all, brethren, you're going to get all kind of ugliness because the media hates the Knicks. They've been hating the Knicks. We've talked about this since the Knicks were champions. I admit part of it is the Knicks' fault from, being arrogant back in the day. But we ain't worried about all that now. We're trying to get this chip. You'll enjoy your Wednesday. Shalom.